Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, we're going to have a little bit of a conversation about the brand new login champion, Skeletor. So currently, Skeletor Chase is active and we all get our 7-day login champion, Skeletor here. So we've had this kind of set up past couple times here. The last one being Aidlin. There was an Aidlin chase and then there was a Loki chase. So now we have the Skeletor chase, and it's phase 1, phase 2, and it's kind of nice to give us the 5-star soul on the phase 2 for this champion. Primal shard here is very nice, obviously. These challenges or earning the points per day is actually difficult if you're not actively playing the game. So you have to kind of be mindful of this. Keep in mind also that the chase for this lasts, I believe, 2 months. But to complete everything here, it's going to take you about a month. So you get 2 weeks here and then 2 weeks here. So about a month, you can pick up everything. But the whole, the whole thing doesn't, actually it gives you here. When is the last day? Here it is. So after December 25th, you're no longer able to start the chase at all. So make sure you guys start the chase before December 25th. And then make sure you guys claim Skeletor before January 8th. And then the chase will continue. So it gives you a chance to get up to the stage 2 part. But anyways, let's quickly talk about this champion. I didn't jump in on day 1 about all this stuff, mainly because I was still kind of recovering from a little bit of a head injury I had on the weekend. So I didn't, just took it easy, stayed away from the lights. I feel a little bit better today. Hop back in the saddle. Yeah, we'll talk more about raid. So Skeletor here, he looks pretty good. Good looking champion. Looks true to the form here. It's pretty buff guy, eh? He's pretty ripped. But yeah, anyways, what's he all about? Spirit support champion. He's got an accuracy, all battles aura. That's great, especially for brand new players. Picking up the accuracy, really helpful in terms of spearing and stats. Let's see what this guy's all about. It's A1, double hit on a single target. Each hit has a 100% chance when fully booked to increase the duration of a random debuff on target by 1 turn. I mean, this looks to me like an epic level ability. If anything, it should have been like maybe an AoE, and then has a chance to increase the duration of random debuffs on everyone he hits, which is actually pretty cool. But a single target hit with the random duration increase, it should have been maybe like all debuffs. That would have been better, like legendary tier. But honestly, this move is pretty bad, to be honest. The only good place I can see this kind of being used is maybe like Clan Boss. Against Clan Boss, you can increase the duration of like poisons and HP burn. Make sure that they never fall off, so then you can get a little bit more damage out of it. So I can see him being used there for that, but honestly, this move can be found on epics, and would be less costly than spending legendary books there. Is A2 single target attack. Got a 5 turn down to 3 turn when fully booked. Needs the books for 100% chance. Has a 100% chance of placing petrification debuff on the target for 1 turn. So petrification basically just shuts them down, but then it gives the petrified champion some damage reduction. So they lose all the buffs and everything. It's actually really strong. If you guys have been, all the petrification is actually strong. I don't like that this is only on 1 target, but sure. If it's a boss, instead place decreased attack and decreased speed for 2 turns. So it's literally attack 1 enemy, place petrification. All right. When petrification debuff is removed or expired on the enemy, it has a chance to place decreased speed on that enemy. This is on a 3-turn cooldown and it requires 5 books. Requires 5 books. Attack 1 enemy, apply petrification. Okay. If it's against a boss, place decrease attack, decrease speed. Again, like, I'm trying to see the good side of this, but attack single target with a decreased attack, sure, it can work against Clan Boss. Decreased speed, sure, it can work against like Fire Knight, for example. But man, this ability is so freaking bad. Like on a 3-turn cooldown requiring 5 books, it's so nothing, to be honest. It's so nothing. I mean, maybe on, I mean, you would want to auto your team, but with this ability, you probably need to manual the gameplay, manual waves. Maybe you pick off key targets, for example. I mean, placing the petrification debuff on a target is really strong because it basically takes away all their stuff, right? If you can apply it, then it takes away their buffs. It just shuts them out of the fight, which is of course very strong. But man, that's all he can do on a 3-turn cooldown is a single single removal. His A3, 5-turn cooldown down to 3 turns with the books. 4 books in here, places a team-wide increased accuracy. Then steal any block debuffs and 1 random buff from each enemy. Okay, so it's a team steal, block any block debuffs, and 1 other random buff. So if there's no block debuffs, he only takes 1 random buff. So he steals 1 random buff from everyone. Similar to like how Wukong steals buffs. Then decreases enemy turn meter by 15%. If an enemy is from the Tolarian League, decreased by 30%. I mean, Tolarians, there's a lot of good Tolarians there. It's a High Elf, Bannerlords. One more. Barbarians. 3-turn AoE steal, single buff steal. Single buff steal with the accuracy to your whole team with the decreased turn meter. I mean, his A3 looks a little bit better than his A2, to be honest. But honestly, this is such a... basically a nothing attack. I mean, you got 2 single target attacks. He can't be here to do damage. And I don't think his kit is strong enough. He doesn't have built-in survivability. He doesn't really give your team built-in survivability outside of this decreased attack. You know, he doesn't really empower your team that much. Right? Increase accuracy. A little bit of turn meter there. And like this could be okay. What's his passive do? Whenever this champion attempts to place, a debuff, steal a buff, decrease an enemy's turn meter, or increase the duration of debuff on an enemy. So basically his whole kit increases champion's accuracy by 20 for each buff on that enemy. Okay, you know why this one is not that good is because you have to come in with proper accuracy to do any of his stuff. So his A1 needs accuracy, A2 needs accuracy, A3 needs accuracy. So if you bring him in with enough accuracy, why does he need more accuracy? Why does he need more accuracy? It doesn't make any dang sense. Give him survivability. Give him like, I don't know, make him like a super tank or something. Or make your team do more damage or do something else. But why give him accuracy? It doesn't make any sense. It's just so useless. Whenever this champion is hit, it has a 40% chance to place a 50% decreased resistance on the attacker for 1 turn. The chance increases to 75% chance. I mean, decreased resistance. So basically, if Skeletor was struggling to land his debuffs against that champion that hit him, now he has a better chance if he lands the resistance. I mean, not very often are you going to run into enemy champions with such insane accuracy that a proper debuffer here can't actually debuff them, especially with an accuracy in all battles aura. So this passive actually doesn't really help him that much. It will help him against like super strong support champions built in full out resistance. But those don't really happen that often. And for him, the ramp up still would require some time, some setup. And after that, what can you do? You can shut them down with the petrification. Yes, you can shut them down. But honestly, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough to warrant this level of ramp up into this. Just for like fringe use cases against high resistance targets. Anyways, overall, his kit I don't think is very good. It's not really synergizing together or anything like that. He's a free champion, guys, don't get me wrong. And coming with the 5-star soul is actually really important for him because he needs accuracy to land all his stuff. So getting the 5-star soul is huge, right? Make sure you guys pick him up. Make sure you guys pick up the 5-star soul. Maybe he can help you guys out in some Centranos levels that requires the blessing requirement, for example. But honestly, I find Loki a little bit more useful, and I was very cold on Loki as well. At least Loki brings the AoE on the A1, which can actually be kind of useful. And he brings a team-wide plus attack for your team as opposed to plus accuracy. Plus attack I find a little bit more useful, especially for earlier players and earlier comp. Loki also brought the turn meter boosting, so he could basically be used in place of Arbiter. Arbiter spot, for example, in the arena before you get Arbiter. Whereas Skeletor is, you know, he has some turn meter decreasing. And the steal, I mean, it could be kind of cool, but I don't see it. I think he's kind of like a worse version of Loki, to be honest. Like kind of like a trickster type champion. I think for new players to invest in this champion would be a huge mistake, and that's kind of what the purpose of this video is. I want to make sure that you guys are preparing yourselves in advance, and I want to make sure you guys see this video before you guys actually pull this champion. He is probably not worth the books. You got Yeah, he's probably not worth the books. He's only got 9 books. Well, actually more than 9. He got 9 here. He's actually got 13 books. Sorry. Got 13 books. He's definitely not worth it, and he definitely needs the books, right? Because he has the debuff chances. You have to make sure he has a 100% chance to land all this stuff, otherwise he won't be useful. Like, for example, you can't even use for clan boss if you're not 100%, because if you don't land a decreased attack, your team just gets wiped in the rounds against clan boss. So I feel like this champion is just, you just pick him up, pull him during a champion chase. There's a champion chase this weekend. Pull him during a champion chase, get your 500 points for him, and then just kind of be done with it. Maybe you pull one in the future, and then now you have a faction guardian. I don't think this guy's worth putting any resources in at all, especially if you're new. Especially if you're new. If you're new, you definitely don't want like such a specific type of champion. He's a very specific type of champion that's not overly good either. So investing into him, I feel like, is a bit of a mistake, and it would hurt your overall progression, especially if you're starting your account relatively new. But yeah, that's gonna be my 2 cents on him. Hopefully, you know, I was able to catch some of you guys and maybe check your expectations on what to expect from this champion. He is a free login champion. We cannot complain about that too much, and we do get the 5-star soul for him, which is awesome. Gives him a lot more utility and what we can do with him. But overall, I don't think his kit is worth investing in at all, especially for a newer account. So definitely be careful about that. You know, shift your focus to your epics or even your starter champion if that's all you got. But shift your focus there, build them to 60 instead of this guy. This guy's not going to help you farm campaign. He's not going to help you destroy waves faster. He's not going to help you kill bosses faster. You need him to do something for you if you're early game. I think his best spot is actually clan boss, because he'll give you more damage from your poisoner. So for example, if you took KO, he'll give you more damage uptime on your poisons, and he has a chance to place decreased attack. So decreased attack will improve your team durability, so then basically they can survive longer, therefore dealing more damage. Also, his plus accuracy could actually help you hit some stat points that maybe you weren't hitting before. So his plus accuracy here, and of course he has a chance to like steal the clan boss's plus attack. So it again keeps your team alive a little bit longer. So he could, you know, probably most useful in clan boss, and I would definitely not book him out for that role. And this is very early clan boss, if I have to be honest. But that's probably where I would stick him in if I really wanted to make use of him. But I think making him into a 60 early on is a bit of a mistake, to be honest, and definitely don't book this guy out or invest any kind of masteries. Anyways, guys, like I said, this is my 2 cents. We haven't had a chance to even play test this champion yet, but I just wanted to make sure we set expectations front and center for this guy. He's not very good. Not very good on first look, and I'm pretty sure I'm right that he's not very good. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think I'm completely wrong on this? What would you guys do? Are you guys brand new actually and expecting and actually really excited for this? Let me know what you guys are thinking about in the comments below. Appreciate your time as always. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.